Hello, Taurus. I'm back. Ha! Aries just got a long ass in-depth reading, so I go in order. Some of y'all dealing with an Aries, go check that out. Any fire sign, really. Ooh, I was like, Taurus got options. I love that. I love that. I love that. It's strange. I might pull out the pendulum. Okay, so I don't want to get too in depth, but it's like there's a string, a pull string for the light. And like it could be a little drafty in here, but I just noticed it's kind of like spinning, so it might end up being bonus content. I don't know. I might grab it. I might do it at the end if I remember, Taurus. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Don't tell anyone though. Because I ain't doing it for everybody. It's just like, I needed to be read by a goddess today, and here I am doing it. So, okay. Alright. Wow. Taurus got options. Taurus got options. Okay. Love that. What is going on? Need like 2 more for up here. Yeah, these are some like, ooh, in-depth kind of readings today. It's kind of funny. Even though this is my second one, I can just tell it's gonna be a hell of a night. And I started so late too. Oh my god. I've been getting a lot done the past couple days, but I had a lot of time off. I just like wasn't home. It's been me doing the most, so it's been really nice to catch up on things, but also I'm like, damn, I should be working, and it's like, yeah, but do you at the same time? Right? So, cool. I'm seeing a lot of knights, yo. I'm seeing there's 3 knights on top. Oh my goodness, Taurus. What the fuck is going on with us? What is all of these cards? And they just are like unfolding, 222 on the camera. Like, what's this about? 4-4 that I'm holding. What is this? And then bottom of the deck, 7 of Cups, the botch. We're doing too much. Okay, this is too much. There's too much going on right now. Period. There's just too much. And it's so funny because I try not to complain too much because I live my own life. It's people who are like, what do you do? And I'm like, I do whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. Like, what are you talking about? What do I do? So I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to be who I am full time, right? But I got too many things going on, and I know that in my personal life, in my private life, in my, because yes, there's a difference, in my professional life, if you can even call it that, in every aspect, I have way too many things going on. Like so many unfinished projects around me and within me. Okay, so like I got a lot going on, and it's at the point where it is actually too much now. It's too much, and if you just listen, I just have to look at all of these. We may be financially insecure now. But listen, when we stop doing the most, like, it's not just the most. We can do the most. We'll always do the most. But it's like, even though we do the most, we still are doing too much. Okay? That's a lot going on. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's like all I can hear right now. It's too much. We're doing too many things. Got to narrow it down. I want to share with you, actually, something I did recently because I have so many fucking unfinished projects. It's unreal. All right, and there's so many things I want to do. Everybody knows I do tarot, but people don't. They ask me like, "Oh, what else do you have going on besides tarot?" It's like, don't talk to me if you don't already know that. I mean, if you're a stranger, cool. Welcome to my channel. I'm a bitch, but subscribe, like, share, comment, do whatever. But I had to ask myself that question. And what I did as an exercise was make a list of what I want to do, what I want to get accomplished. And I basically gave myself probably 10 to 20 seconds to write down my biggest goals, okay, of all these unfinished projects and all these little business ventures, if you will. And I wrote down probably like 8 things that came to my mind first. And then I thought about how I would execute them. And as I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, I forgot about this, I forgot about that. And I made a secondary list. Okay. I think this would be a good practice. I'm only telling you because I think you should do it. Write down the things that you want to do that come to mind first, but only give yourself less than 30 seconds to do it. And whatever you put on that list, that's what's most important to you. And whatever doesn't make it to the list, you can do it later. You can do it after. You can do it next. Okay? Because, like, yes, I have things I need to finish. And it's not about when you started them, how long it'll take you. It's about importance of the thing. Right? So do that activity. Promise me you'll do that. Because we gotta get our shit in check. 555. All right. And when you find that fulfillment with the projects, when you get the number to the ace, we like to see that. Then we see the Wheel of Fortune show up. So once you find your true fulfillment and you put your mind to it, then we start to see results and we start to see that payday and whatnot. What are these other cards that I'm holding? I have the 4-4. So 4 of Swords is truce, 4 of Wands is completion. We like to see the angel numbers, but also these are pretty good. Come to terms with things ending. Okay, coming to terms with things being over. Maybe you don't want to finish a project. You know, it's sort of like I say project, but think of it this way. I know a lot of people who love to be students. Okay, and so they change their major or they take semesters off and they do anything they can to stay in school. Well, you know what? When you're this close to graduation, you just got to do it. You know what I mean? You got to just finish. You got to get that last credit. You got to just accept that this is it. You're not about to get another fucking diploma. You're not going to change your major. You're just going to fucking finish it. You're going to graduate, whether you like it or not. You are graduating, okay? In every way. It doesn't, even if you're not in school, I'm not in fucking, you know what I'm saying? So, whew, this is going to be long. I am so sorry already. But, and then I'm seeing Prince of Cups and Swiftness. That's interesting. So there was 3 random 2 pairs. I don't even know how those got in my hand. You would literally have to rewatch this to understand like where those even came from because I don't remember at this point. But Prince of Cups and 8 of Wands, Swiftness. So some of y'all, I kept hearing this too in when I was watching tarot videos for Taurus, and it was like pregnancy, pregnancy, pregnancy. I'm like, Sarah Paulson was just here. Like I'm good, but some of you might be expecting whether you know it or not, and you need to decide. There might even, okay, I'm gonna put it this way too, because I am an auntie. Okay, you can call me mommy, but I'm an auntie. There might be a child in the sense of spirit, and you need to make that decision whether or not you're going to have him. Okay, whether you're going to have this child or you're going to bring it in, you got to decide now so that you can continue on your path, right? A lot of people, I was undecided for a long time, but at the end of the day, I'm like, no, it's not for me. And if you are trying to get pregnant, you might be like, you better do it right now. This is that time of month for you, probably. And if you are unexpectedly pregnant, you need to handle your shit. Figure that out now. So those are, there's a lot of ways to see a pregnancy. For me, when I hear somebody talk about that, when I know that I'm taking my proper precautions to avoid it, mostly celibacy. I think of it as being pregnant with an idea. It's like having one of these projects that we were just discussing in incubation and getting ready to birth. Like, I get pregnant with idea. And I can envision it within me. Be careful, though, because if you are, there's something going on with the mother here. I don't know why I picked these up. There's like a whole reading to do, and I just like, whoa, parent situation not looking good. Okay, so you might even have recently lost the child. This is getting a little too in-depth and too personal. It's weird though, I'm like drawn to draw these for some reason, but there is some kind of like torture amongst a mother and father figure, the Knight and Queen of Cups, especially with the Prince of Cups being there. You may have lost something, but just know that everything happens for a reason, and there's always hope for the best. And so it's always, I don't want to get into it. I don't know what that was for, but carry on, carry on. Your own parents might be going through something, but there's a lot of self-inflicted wounds. It could be ancestral trauma. I mean, that shit got really deep really fast, and I kind of want to ignore it. Not gonna lie. It's really not the time or place. Get a personal reading, okay? Back to this. God damn, that was 10 minutes, bro. That's fucked up. Fuck. Adjustment. Libra season is coming, and the adjustment card is the Libra card. So this is indicating stuff that's going to be going down in the next few days, pretty much. It's like, or things that are being decided on. I think that's the theme. It's like the decisions that are being made. Full moon's coming up with the transition of the season, but yes, Libra season is a time to flourish. All right. We do have the Prince of Swords here. Now, we don't love him, not gonna lie. I've been telling everybody lately, like, yeah, I'm a fuckboy. Like, obviously, I'm a fuckboy. God must exist, or I would have been assigned male at birth. Let's just put it that way. Instead, I was assigned cat. Prince of Swords. You might need to dial it back a little bit on the fuckboy energy, potentially. Could be a little bit of pettiness, a little bit of like, whoa. Having a plan with no execution. It could also be too many things going on, obviously. So at the end of the day, since this is the first card, I would even say it's about cutting shit off. It's about closing doors. It's about trimming the fat. It's time to take action on that. It is time to go in. And I'm not saying start fights, Taurus, because honestly, there is no such thing as starting a fight. It's just a one-sided berating of someone else. Like, let's be honest. So be careful with that. But at the same time, Six of Wands victory, okay, so you win, you're feeling good. Passion, fire. But then also the devil. I don't know. That's a tough one. That is a very tough one. I mean, like I said, I was ignoring something, right? Well, you keep ignoring that shit and you think that you're fine, and then all of a sudden you're not. Lack of self-control, whatever. Maybe you start to trim the fat, you start feeling good, and then all of a sudden it's like a little too much. Cut a little too much off. It's like, oh, that was lean meat. Okay, like, dial it back, right? Feeling a little petty. Okay, maybe, yeah, you had a little victory. You were petty. You did a little this and that, and you're like, haha, results. But then you did a little too much, okay? It's like, whoa, dial it back. Last night I pulled myself a Damon card. I got harboring. I kept bringing it up. I did a couple readings. Kept bringing it up. I'm like, this is mine. And then I read it, and it said, beware of sharp wit and cunning becoming a problem, basically. I was like, yeah. Watch your mouth, Taurus. It's funny, because somebody told me last night, it wasn't anything that I did, it was what I said. And they said, you're fucking reckless. And I was like, in the moment I don't realize it, but then I immediately, when I'm called out, I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally see that. It's the same kind of fuckboy vibes, right? So there's a lot more to unpack here, Taurus, but we're just gonna do the reading. Because here's the thing. Options. Remember, we got these 3 knights on the table, so if you are single, people are courting you. If you are not, there might be trouble around you. And if we are not talking about either one of those things, then it's like, could be family, could be friends, but it is 3 very strong masculine presences. So it does feel like options to me, but it is funny because just think of it too, like the different categories of life, right? And here we have the princess, which I find funny because it's like Knight of Discs, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, Princess of Discs. Doubling up on the earth energy, guessing this is us, right? Because I'm going to stop here. This is going to be the end. Because I like doing the face down cards last, so these will be the end. But this is like, you see what I'm saying? It's like a journey. So we're going to start as ourselves here. But it still does feel like options. And there might just be 2, there might be 3, there might be 4. I don't know what's going on. We're just going to have to look into it more, basically. And I know it's 15 minutes in. I had a feeling it was going to be like this tonight. I just did. Anyways, what was the bottom of the deck? Botch, excess, too much going on. You know, and that's what's so funny is I had this whole sidetrack pulling 10-minute reading. Because again, we got too much going on. We can't even focus on that stuff. The things that really are encoded in our DNA, our higher selves want to have these conversations, and we have to basically clear our plates before we can put anything else on there. Because I know we got appetites, but not like that. Not like that. Okay? So anyway, to the reading. I'm so sorry. Princess of Discs. Make the investment. Make the investment, whether it's financial, whether it's metaphysical. How would I say, you know, investing your time or energy is the same thing. If you can't invest financially right now, make the investment. Plant seeds. Water them, nurture them, take care of them. Be out in the fields every day until this shit blooms, because you've got an idea here and that seed is very important to you. So invest. Invest. The Empress, yes, we love to see that. I think the Empress has mad Taurus energy. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, and I don't gotta explain myself again and again and again, but that's us. And we're sitting there and we're like poised and ready to go. We are executive decision. We are the final say. We are in charge. We are everything. Okay. And then the Lovers. All right, so Gemini energy. I'm literally like, all right. Gemini, Taurus. Love them. Anyways. Gemini energy. Air energy. But also the Lovers. So it could be a relationship like that's looking really solid. It could even be a decision that you need to make about something. Okay. I personally am just going to go Gemini vibes for myself. But again, it could be any relationship with any partner or just making a decision. And again, it does seem like you have maybe 2 suitors here. Okay, and it's about making a decision between the knights, which we'll get to. Would like to mention that it is knights and they're showing up as the masculine, but Taurus is an earth sign, so even if your suitors are of a womanly presence or of the feminine externally, it could be that you're dealing with an actual air and fire sign, like this would indicate, which those are the masculine elements. Or just because you are the feminine element, your counterpart theoretically would be the masculine. Okay, so it's never been about gender. It's not about gender. It's more just, it's just giving a name to the vibes, right? I mean, how else do you say that? So anyway, 10 of Discs. Love it. Payday. Boom, boom, boom. And then the Emperor. Shoot. I mean, once you make that decision, it fucking pays off, and all of a sudden, boom, we got the Emperor. So it could be Aries, just like this could be Gemini. But seeing the Empress and the Emperor come up so quick with nothing but good things in between, it's just like, hell yeah, dude. 7 of Swords, futility. Okay, so maybe a little pointless conflict, but also I think it's just there's no point in fighting it because goddamn this shit is blessed. Yes. Divine feminine and divine masculine coming together in divine union. That's what we've been saying from the start, right? There ain't no stopping it now. The Emperor and the Empress and the Lovers and all of it, and Taurus, Gemini, Aries, it's all that. It's springtime. You know, it could be spring is when you make the investment now, you start to see the results come that time of year even. They're not in chronological order, so I tend to stray away from the timeline when that happens, but at the same time, whoa, what the fuck is that about? Oh, I got a wireless keyboard. Listen, y'all, I know this video is already really long, but my foot slid into my wireless keyboard that's on the floor, and so it just asked, like, it popped up, do you want to turn on sticky keys? And I'm like, how did that happen? It's a ghost. And it's like, no, it was your toes. Okay, so sorry for the interruption. Could be a timeline because of the payday. And then the Queen of Discs, man, that's like, whatever you're investing in right now, whoever, whatever, however you're investing, the payoff, the mother load, the mother load, the mother load. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe cross-watch that Aries video, but also we're gonna have to see about Gemini. I haven't made it yet, but by the time you see this, it'll probably be up, so cross-watch. I love that, because then boom, Two of Wands, Dominion. We could be talking about a relationship, but we could be talking about any kind of domestic situation. God damn, dude, I can't believe how beautiful that is. I'm so happy for us, especially because this shit was kind of fucked up. But that's the thing, we have no time for it. If there is situations going on within your family, if there's situations going on with a past family situation, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's just like, it's at the point where we kind of have to focus on ourselves, but not to the point where we end up alone and out of control. All right, so I just want to like say that. But here's the decision thing, or whatever, these two aspects, right? And we're talking, I find interesting that the Gemini and the Aries card came up, because this is the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, which would be air and fire, like Gemini and Aries, so whatever. But Knight of Swords. This might be, if you are not resonating with like having options and whatnot, I would say that the Knight of Swords would represent work. And the Knight of Swords is a very hardworking person. He comes in maybe a little hot in the sense of you know, he's a challenger. He's going to say shit. He's going to run his mouth. He's going to make his moves, whatever. But ultimately, I think he's a responsible, hardworking individual who is in battle, right? So work, life, or a air sign or something, but you get it. Four of Cups, luxury. That shit seems to be going just fine with work, all right? Okay. And then the moon, interesting. The moon is Pisces, but it's also manifesting, but it's like, it's almost like you're preparing for the worst for some reason. It's almost like things are going so well that you just are like, it's like you're 2 steps away from self-sabotage. Just because you're kind of questioning it. It's like, damn, this seems to be working. It seems to be going well. What's the deal? What's the outcome going to be? And I think that you'll be surprised by the outcome. We got Aquarius, Pisces and Aquarius. Again, it's like timeline stuff, but a little bit out of order. Or there's a lot of people in your life right now. Or you can assign each one to a different thing that you got going on. But like, it's a very weird kind of like crowded energy. It's very crowded, Taurus. We gotta just drop them all. And I'm kidding, but like, we need space from pretty much everyone, whether we realize it or not. You know, I'm a very social person. I'm not one to go out all the time, but I'm very social, you know what I mean? So we just probably need a break from everything, but at the same time, it's this weird, almost backfire energy. And we will be caught off guard and surprised, even though we are sort of manifesting it. Right. And it's funny too, because it's just like, if it's not about work, I don't know. It's let it be a surprise. Try not to think about the results of the situation. Just let things come as a surprise and just like go with the flow and get into that Aquarian kind of energy of being almost directionless. Okay, so something like, oh, my head started to hurt when I was talking about it because I wasn't saying it right. And honestly, I could care less. We need to move on. It's already been almost 25 minutes. So just take it as it comes. And don't beat yourself up. And know in your heart of hearts that you'll get the results you want. Know it. Know it. And it will still surprise you what you can do. Okay. So Knight of Wands. Moving on to Knight of Wands. Now, if we are, again, if you talk about different people, it's the obvious fire sign. But this is, Wands is also all about passion, all about love and emotion and bonds and blah, blah. I mean, he's coming in hot. He's here to save the day. You know, the Knight of Swords is doing work. He's in the midst of battle, but this is the hero type. Okay, this is the Hercules of the bunch. So whatever. We have the Lust card. Now, Lust is Leo. So if you are dealing with a fire sign, could be a Leo. This is like a sign for you specifically, but I think it's really about this person's very passionate, but they are very obsessive, or the situation's obsessive. It could be you. It's just like Lust is a very physical type of romance, and it's like a physical attraction, but it's also it's here to represent obsession. So it's like a very passionate, loving bond. I use the word bond. I very rarely use that word for the Knight of Wands, but it's obsessive, right? Or it's Leo, but you'll know what's for you. So 7 of Wands, Valor. Be brave. That's kind of a weird message. Stay strong, face it head on. Like, I don't know. It's almost like just be weary of the obsessive energy, okay? And try to understand where the feelings are coming from and what the dynamic truly is, right? You know, if you don't want to put your whole heart into something that's actually very shallow for someone else, or vice versa. Okay, so just like talk about it. Have that conversation. Confront the person. Whatever you gotta do. Your guides will guide you. The person that you are meant to be with will be there regardless. At the end of the day, you choose. Okay. Getting like these weird like messages. Hell yeah for Taurus. So this is my shit too. So I'm into it. And I am trying not to make this shit so long, but it's like way too late. So got a lot going on. This was just like these two, but then there's also the third Knight. So this is the Knight of Discs. This is back to the feminine. This could be us. This could be your wealth. It could be your home. It could be whatever the fuck you value. But it could also be another person, where if there's a feminine, so it could be an earth sign, it could be a water sign. But again, either way, it feels more like us, but we'll see what it says. What's this? 2 of Swords, peace. 10 of Wands on its side, oppression. So when a card's on its side, if you don't already know, the way that I read is, you know, it can tip into the reverse and be the opposite of what it is, or it can tip into the upright and be what it's meant to be. Excuse me. It's on its side. So we're not quite at the point where we're like maxed the fuck out, oppressed, mentally just dawn at your wit's end type energy, but we're also not free from this possibility. Okay, you need to find your inner peace. You need to stop. You need to stop with all of the extra work. You need to stop with the extra projects, the extra people. I mean, you don't want to go too nuts and cut off too much, you know, but you gotta find your peace. Okay, you're chasing your bliss, but you gotta find your peace, okay? Because this is teetering, basically. You know what I mean? What's that? Sagittarius. Fire signs looking good in this one. Art, though. It's about art. It's about finishing these projects. It's about taking time to be creative, but it's also going to be slightly about temperance, taking breaks, because, like, maybe you don't need to cut people off just to take a break from them, and maybe that's a big lesson, and that's kind of what this is all like, you know, your wounds being so deep and being embedded in you ancestrally, even, like, that was kind of the vibe I was getting. It's kind of like, okay, well, maybe I can take a break instead of, like, finalizing a decision, right? But also get creative and work with your Sages. 7 of Discs, failure. All right, maybe I'm wrong. It can always happen. Could be 2 totally separate thoughts, but 7 of Discs, failure. Where's that energy coming from? We were just talking about a huge payday and whatnot. I think this is like, yes, you need to finish your projects, but I was just saying temperance and working with Sages, but, you know, if we are talking traditional sense, it would be temperance. And so maybe taking a break is not the solution. And that's actually going to put you behind more. You need to finish. You need to finish. No breaks right now. This is a horrible time to stop. Horrible time to stop. Period. I'm just going to leave it at that. This is a horrible time to up and give up. Right? Princess of Swords, keep going. Keep putting in that effort, you know. You need to claw your way back up after a fall, after a break, after a lull. Hierophant is who you are, Taurus. It's who you are. It's not, you will never be stopped by something as trivial as a bad month. You know? There ain't no rest for the wicked, and I'm sorry. We know about Taurus Squad at this point, right? Kind of the most literal evil fuckers to have ever lived. Sorry. Knight of Discs, what's this about? What's the final result here? Not much, Taurus. Not much. Ace of Swords, that's cool. Getting that knowledge, getting that wisdom, getting that focus, getting your groove. But Princess of Cups, it's sort of that energy of starting over and going back to the child analogy and going back to the pregnancy and realizing that you just have to do the next thing. It's like it took so much to do all of this and make these decisions and get these projects done that you forget that the next step is just another one. You better find that shit right now. Or it's just it's forever. It's like, it's the difference between, how do you say, cycles and patterns maybe, or circles and spirals, right? Because if it's a spiral, you can start here and you can slowly go around and you feel like you're not getting anywhere, but in reality you're making this huge pattern and you're like, holy shit, I actually am so far out. Look how far I've come. Look at this journey. It's amazing. Versus running in circles. You're not getting anywhere and doing the same shit over and over again. That's the cycles. It's the things that you're trying to break free from. Okay, so whew, that was a fucking lot. Holy fuck. Sorry for cussing. I do dope shit. So, good luck, witches and bitches. I love you very much, and I hope to see you again soon.